Kelly Downing, first of all, congratulations tonight. The Courage Award, your story is so inspirational, and we're going to get into that in a second, but being awarded the Courage Award tonight by the TBDA, the work that you've been doing for Lyme disease awareness is incredible. Talk to me about this incredible honor.
Well, it is just absolutely beyond humbling to be receiving this award, and I feel that, you know, I take so many what I call my heroes with me. Tonight I have, obviously the TBDA are my heroes, and
They're mine too.
Praying for an abundance of success tonight. But I take with me tonight, and with this award, the Lyme literate doctors, my therapist at Kindred Healthcare, my chiropractor, and just a community of heroes that have prayed for us and prayed for me and my family, and that have gotten me to this point. And love has really just helped be the wings that we soar on to be here tonight.
For those that don't know, your story, as I mentioned, so inspirational.
Yes.
Tell me about what happened and what you had to go through, because people don't necessarily know how debilitating this can be.
Yes, and I really, if you had asked me about 3 years ago, I would have never known the extent of what could happen with Lyme disease. But ultimately what ended up happening is I'm a teacher, and I teach intensive special needs students, and I had in January 2012, I had an odd flu bug with joints, aches and pains, muscle aches and pains, and this odd rash, and that lasted about a week, and all of a sudden I started feeling better from that. I went back to work after being out a week, and I'm in the middle of teaching circle time, and this arm just started to paralyze. It swelled and it paralyzed. A few hours later, this arm paralyzed, and I ended up being sent to one of the top hospitals probably in this country, and they could not get to the bottom of what was going on with me.
Which is a common theme. Misdiagnosis, common theme.
Misdiagnosis is a common theme. My diagnosis after like 5 days of testing ended up being post-viral chronic fatigue, which I know is also common misdiagnosis. And what ended up happening is I just kept getting, my arms remained paralyzed, but it started affecting my legs. My lower body started to get weak. And we spent 5 months searching for doctors until a friend said, I think you have Lyme disease. And I said, I don't remember being bit by a tick or the classic bullseye rash that I had come to know, you know, thinking that's what it was, which can be a part of it, but there's so much more. Exactly. And so, so sure enough, I found a Lyme literate doctor, and she did the appropriate blood work, and she diagnosed me with chronic Lyme disease, Bartonella, possible Babesia, mycoplasma, and she said that I've probably been living with this for over half my life, which explains many odd symptoms and surgeries that I have also had throughout my life. So that started around 7 months of IVs. I had a PICC line put in, and sure enough, after about 7 months, I got another odd flu bug, and that started to bring my white blood count down and my liver and kidneys up, so we had to temporarily stop the antibiotics, and on day 6 of stopping those IV antibiotics, I paralyzed from the neck down.
Wow.
And so I was sent to Kindred Healthcare, Greenbrier in Nashua, New Hampshire, and I spent 3 months, 24-hour care, countless hours of hard work and rehabilitation, and what I was hoping was just to be as independent as possible in a wheelchair. They helped me walk out of there 3 months later, and so since last spring, I've been moving. I still deal with crazy neurological and multisensory impairments, and I'm on oral antibiotics for that currently, so I'm still being treated. But I'm on, you know, trying to get what I'm calling that path of stability to that path of healing and recovery is the baby steps is what I'm about right now. So
speaking of baby steps, you just testified in front of Congress.
Yes.
When you're able to use, because no one would want to go through what you went through, but being able to use that for good,
Yes.
Talk to me about that part of the journey.
Well, I think that, I always say along this journey, I have always felt that, my saying has been God can turn a mess into a message. And,
I love that.
And yeah, and so what I felt is that all along, just with my faith and again, the community of heroes and friends and family that have just loved us, I just felt that, that all of this was just so much bigger than what the horrific things were that was going on with me, and that it could be used for something greater. And so my mission as I continue to recover and continue to heal is just, the raising awareness and advocating for others and, being a teacher. Currently I'm not working, but I'm trying to educate for my students and for our community in other ways about prevention and protection of ticks and tick-borne illnesses, and speaking in front of the Senate staff briefing was just a complete honor and blessing, and it was just surreal. And to be with the TBDA, which are just the most dedicated and compassionate members, and leading this fight, it was just, again, humbling and an honor.
You're a champion. So nice meeting you.
Thank you so much.